Welcome to St. Louis and Busch Stadium, home of the Cardinals since 2006. We bring you Friday baseball on the show. It's the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
St. Louis Cardinals.
Just about ready to go on the mound for this one. Steven Matz, what do you have on him?
Well, they're going with the opener in this one, so this is an interesting look. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, maybe two at the most, and it's going to be unconventional. I think he's going to pitch backwards, more off speed, and then fastballs late.
This is Bryson Stott.
For Philadelphia, second baseman Bryson Stott.
And that's through there for a strike. And we're underway. Next offering misses down and away. Next offering is fouled back. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. One out.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Here's Turner now. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. One down, base is empty. On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. One out, base is empty. Line drive, and that's base hit out into left center field.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with two strikes right there. Absolutely smoked that baseball. What a swing. Sent it out way faster than it came in, of course. 113 off the bat, and no matter where you...
Turner runs. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Turner, the runner at second with one away. Next one misses, and it's 2-0.
No strike.
Runner goes again. That's in for a strike. Throw to third. Save. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away. One away with a runner at third. That one to first. Now two away as they get a run across.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up. And that's off the outside edge. Ball one. Two outs, base is empty. Fouled off left side. And there's a foul ball. The 1-2. knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swing and a ball popped up. Win. Nabs it, and that'll do it. So they get one run, one hit, no errors, and nobody left on. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Phillies 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here in St. Louis, and our pitcher in this game, Aaron Nola. What do you have on him, Chris?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar.
Nola's a guy that can rack up a lot of strikeouts throughout the year, Boog. He's got multiple seasons with 200-plus Ks.
Now this one is hammered way back there. On its way and gone. And we are tied. A massive home run. And we're level. It's 1-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Pitchers are taught to keep the ball down so that you don't get hurt. But unfortunately on that one, he made a pretty good pitch in terms of location, but it was just a better swing.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Walker now at the plate. There's a strike.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Here's the 0-1. And that's in the dirt.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
And that's in for a strike.
Nothing but curveballs so far in the at-bat. Kind of makes it difficult as a hitter to know what to look for because you start wondering if he'll keep coming with it or if he'll try to speed you up.
Tied up here in the early going. Nice grab. Nicely done for the out. Here's the Cardinals lineup now. This group was shut out their last game, so we're going to see if they can bounce back with a better effort here today.
And Boog, it can get in your head a little bit when you get shut out. You're frustrated. You're seeing that consecutive streak of innings you haven't scored, and you want to get off to a great start, score early, because if you don't, you feel like you could linger into 2 consecutive games, which no one wants to be a part of.
And that one lifted in the air center field. Marsh settles under it and makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Here's Nolan Arenado. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. Now one missed. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. Swings here and blasts one left field. And that one hops the wall. Around first and hustling for second. The relay throw. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
So, runner at second, 2 down. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Alec Burleson. In for a strike, 0-1. Man at second. And that one fouled off. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Marsh on the move. And the inning is over. One for the Cardinals on the solo home run. All even at 1 apiece. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Nicholas Castellanos. Matz back to work. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Max Kepler at the plate. Rips that one center field, and that's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
First and second, no outs. And here comes Alec Boehm. Off the mark there. Ball one. Pajes. There's one, and that's all they'll get. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate.
This at-bat might not seem like a huge deal right now, but baseball is a game of moments, and what happens here could change everything.
Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Strike two.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Runners are at the corners, one away.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Caught him looking for the K.
Oh, that was such a great opportunity to grab the lead. You had the infield back. All you've got to do is just put the ball in play on the ground, and you drive across a run. It's a frustrating outcome for the hitter. Now, I'll still have a chance, but it's probably going to take a clutch hit with 2 outs.
Here's the Phillies catcher, Rafael Marchand. Swing and a drive, deep right field. And that one hops the wall. Around third. The relay. Tag. Not in time. He's safe. And they lead by 2.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. He hit that ball really well to deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory to clear the fence, but you're always happy with an extra base hit.
And stepping in is the speedy Bryson Stott. Led off the game with a strikeout. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now a 3-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now up for St. Louis, Pedro Pajes.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
No ball. 1 strike.
Headed towards the corner. Grabs it on the run. And there's one down.
Oh, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Victor Scott in the box with one away as he takes ball 1. A little bit low. And now 2-0.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone. Well reviewed by those we talked to around the league.
Yeah, he's an umpire. He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there. Right through there for a strike. How much were you aware of the umpire scouting report, or even who was going to be umpiring?
Not a whole lot. I mean, there were a couple of umpires that weren't real good, but outside of that, you just kind of went into the game, especially back when I was playing.
As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It passed right through the heart of the strike zone, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
Thomas Sajazi in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Nola fires. Yeah, that's fouled off. Two outs. And that's off the inside edge. And the count 1-2. And there's a ball. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Righty delivers. That one the other way. Stop. In plenty of time to first. That's the inning. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. And it remains a 3-1 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the 3rd inning. Here's Trey Turner.
He's back out here for the 3rd, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting, the first base.
Here comes Bryce Harper, the first overall pick back in 2010. Ball 1 to Bryce.
1 ball.
Nobody out. Runner at first. And a base hit into right center field. Around second is Turner. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Kyle Schwarber. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
Runners on the corners, no outs. Just missed.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. And that's through there for a strike. That one way outside. 3 balls and a strike.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And the 3-1.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
And they're all loaded up.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Steven Matz won't go any further. Not what they were hoping for from the opener, so we'll see a new arm on the mound when we get back. Sonny Gray takes over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So bases all loaded up. Nick Castellanos at the plate now. Golden opportunity right here.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
Pitch misses, and that's ball 1.
Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs, one hitter at a time.
Climb the ladder with that fastball, and the count even 1-1. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan Fernandez up and loosening in the pen. Turner on third. Harper over at second. Schwarber on at first with nobody out. And fouled off. The 1-2.
2-2.
And a curve misses outside. Ball 4, and a run comes in to score.
No, not what they were looking for from him out of the pen. That'll drive a manager crazy. He wants guys to come in and attack the strike zone.
Now batting Max Kepler. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And he takes a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
And that misses. And it's 1-1. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away. And now it's Alec Bohm. He's 0 for 1.
How many times have we seen an early at-bat change the course of a game? It happens every night in baseball, and maybe it happens again here.
And ball 1.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
Here's a 1-1. That's down and in.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Right through there for a strike. That's a strikeout. Good-looking sweeper there.
So, you know, that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
So they're all loaded up. And digging in for Philadelphia, Brandon Marsh. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Late on that fastball.
Big moment in this game. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and could really break this thing wide open early.
Next offering upstairs.
Hey, it's still early in this ball game, but, you know, this at-bat right here could be a big factor in the outcome. You think about it. There's a chance to really blow this thing open right here.
That clips the corner.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Checks his swing. Now with appeal to third. He went around. Tough call, but that ends the inning. So they get one, but end up leaving the bases loaded. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Phillies 4 and the Cardinals 1. Back here at Busch Stadium, and the batter will be the shortstop, Mason Wynn. And that skips into dirt. That's off the mark, and the count is 2-0.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Just off the inside edge.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Lars Nootbaar. Nootbaar goes 6 feet 3 inches, hitting leadoff in today's game. And he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2018. And that's downstairs. And it's 1-0. Runner at first with no outs here. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
That one close, ruled a ball. And it's 2-1. And there's the strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Wynn gets his lead at first, nobody out. On the ground to third. Slings to second. And that's 2.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Our batter, right fielder, Jordan Walker.
And up next for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. That's inside. And that is ball 1. Inside, just missed.
2 balls, no strike.
Swinging a foul out of play. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1, 2, 3. Redbirds down quietly, and they trail it 4-1. And we're back. And now Rafael Marchand. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Nootbaar makes the grab, 1 away. So the lineup flips over. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott. And first offering is fouled off. Right side. Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop Trey Turner.
2 down, base is empty. Trey Turner at the plate. He's 2 for 2. And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. Pulls in with a double. 3rd hit for him today.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
So runner at second, 2 down. Bryce Harper getting ready to hit. Just off the outside edge. And that's ball 1. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Turner at second with 2 down. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. The next pitch misses, and it's 2-2.
2-2.
Swing and a ground ball. Win on the run. Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Phillies strand one as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Back here in St. Louis, ready to go, bottom four. And now the catcher comes up to hit, Brendan Donovan. And first offering is fouled off.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Pitch misses there, and now it's even 1-1. Outside with a breaking ball.
You know, these Cardinals doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Inside, almost got him. Swing and a pop-up. Kepler on the move. And out number 1 on the grab.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Doubled his first time up.
That's a ball.
Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Late on that fastball.
1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
That one lifted to left. Kepler hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting first baseman, Alec.
And here's the first baseman, Alec Burleson. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Outside
No,
low,
that's a ball.
1-0.
1 ball, no strike.
And
No.
another ball. On the ground, out to short. Throwing the dirt, and he can't come up with it.
You know, 2-out errors are kind of like 2-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden you got another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity they're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
So a man at first. Pedro Pajes next up for the Cardinals. That one called a strike. It's 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And that one fouled off. That missed by
1-2.
a lot. Now 1-2.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Just misses. Ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that just misses.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
First and second, 2 outs. Scott, the next to hit. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Fastball for a strike. 2 on, 2 outs. Next offering is fouled back. The 0-2. And down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. 2 left on. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Phillies 4 and the Cardinals 1. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Number 35.
And he comes on here for the first time this season, and I'm sure there's some nerves involved in that, so we'll see how he settles in.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. That'll fire up the dugout. His 7th home run of the season. It's 5-1.
He wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Nick Castellanos digs in now. That one at 95 missed up top. And that's ball 1.
Well, these Phillies putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
That misses the zone. 2-1. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And a good eye there.
2 strikes.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Here's the left fielder, Max Kepler, 1 for 2. That's in for a strike. Swing and a miss.
Oh, two.
That misses, and it's 1-2. That one inside. Look out. One down, base is empty. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. Here's the third baseman, Alec Bohm. 0 for 2 in this one. On the corner for a strike. 0-1. In the air, center field. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. The Phillies get one by way of the long ball. It's now a 5-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in St. Louis, John Shabby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Thomas Sajazi. Nola back to work. That's off the inside corner. Ball 1.
You know, these Cards just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They really haven't worked many deep counts or long at-bats, and that's fine if you're having a lot of success. But at this point, I think it's time to make an adjustment. Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And that is out of play.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus. But they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Line drive and foul ball.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Ball 1 there.
That's a ball.
The shortstop takes the ball. The Redbirds down by 4. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss. Aaron Nola the strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location. But clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Nootbaar up for the third time here. Watches that one miss.
Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner, so he's making his case. You got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your frustration with the umpire, and he felt this was his time.
The next offering misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Just missed.
3-0.
And there's ball 4.
Ball 4.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. And first offering is fouled off. And that one clips the corner. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Newtbar off of first with 2 away. That's off the mark. Now 1 and 2.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Got him looking. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. So 1 left for the Cardinals. They're down 5-1. Back here at Busch Stadium. And now the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. Foul ball there. Next offering way upstairs. Marsh checks his swing, appeal to third, didn't go. That one misses, and that's ball 3. Check swing, called strike.
Handful.
There's a swing and a drive. But foul.
That's foul.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Line drive, base hit. So he battled through a long at bat and earned himself a hit.
Just a great at bat right there. Saw a lot of pitches. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
And now, Rafael Marchand delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Marchand, in his 3rd season, 26 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. On the ground, could be 2. 1 at second. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies. 0 for 3 in this one. Pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-1. Hit in the air out to center field. Scott has this one sized up, and that's the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Phillies 5 and the Cardinals 1. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the catcher, Brendan Donovan.
Brendan Donovan.
And a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Nato comes in to take his cuts. And delivers outside.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. The runner scores all the way from first as they cut into the lead.
Picks himself up an RBI. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Alec Burleson. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball one. One on, nobody out, a run in here in the bottom of the 6th. And a swing and a miss.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
2 strike. Two.
In the dirt. Line drive, and it stays fair. Castellanos whips it back in. Lead runner puts the brakes on, so now it's runners at first and third.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Maybe a little out front of the pitch right there, but he squared it up pretty good, and he kept it inside the line. And just a really nice job on the other side by the defense to hold that to a long single. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
Pajes stands in now and watches strike 1. Arenado at third. Burleson at first with no outs. Close, but called a ball. And 1-1. Fouled off down the right side. And a swing and a miss. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Now up for St. Louis, Victor Scott, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn 2, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get 2 and end up with nothing.
2 on, 1 out. And that drops in for a strike.
Boog, that hook's looking pretty sharp today. Just a solid pitching performance so far, and I really think it's because of that curveball.
Got him. Make it at 7 strikeouts for him. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Now, here is Thomas Sajazi. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1. And another ball.
Well, just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game. Man, he's close as he's trying to get through 6 full innings right now. He's about to throw his 100th pitch. I'd be surprised if this isn't it for him.
On the ground to third. Down the line, and it's foul. Next pitch is outside. Mason Wynn in the St. Louis on deck circle. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Swing and a drive. Deep left field. That one carrying. And it's off the wall. Runner around third on his way to the plate. In there safely. And they trail by 1.
No, he was a little off balance. He got the front foot down, but was so great at keeping the hands back and allowed him still to get good wood to this baseball. Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs.
And the Phillies manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make a move. Aaron Nola's day comes to an end, and he really had to grind it out, but he does leave with the lead. New arm of the mound in a moment. New pitcher now, Christopher Sanchez.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Mason Wynn. He is struck out, and he is walked. Inside. And that is ball 1. Two outs and 1 in scoring position.
Ball inside.
Love how this guy grinds out at bats. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the lineup in the 9-hole, but he's worked himself into a really good hitter's count, trying to pick up a 2-out RBI.
Sinker catches the zone at the knees. And that one fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. 3-2 now.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Lars Nootbaar would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Marsh moves under it. That is the inning. But 3 score in the inning. 2 of them on this 2-run double. It's now a 5-4 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Jojo Romero.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, one-run game, and now the shortstop, Trey Turner. 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Fought off foul. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
So here is Bryce Harper. Fouled off. He was late. Turner aboard here at first with nobody out. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Got him. And there's one down.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn or runs. They pitch out. Throws it away.
Well, they did everything they could to try to prevent that steal. They throw the pitch out, but just great speed on the base paths. And that's a pretty nice stolen base.
Man at second. Check on the runner, and Turner's back in. Close one, doesn't get the call, and it's 3-0. And a foul ball. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there. Out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 7-4.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So 1 out, nobody on. And the batter now, Nick Castellanos. That clips the corner.
0-1.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. And that one sliced foul. Way inside, gets out of the way. runs across in the inning here in the top half of inning number 7.
Full count.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Up the middle, Pajes. Over to first, and Castellanos is out. Two outs, base is empty. Digging in, Max Kepler, 1 for 3. In the air, left field, Nootbaar under it, and makes the play, and that's out number 3. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 7-4 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Set for the last half of the 7th. And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Lars Nootbaar. The Cards in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Walker batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. In the air, left side. Kepler has a beat on it. That's out number 2.
Now batting, catcher,
Brendan Donovan. Next up for the Cardinals. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Next pitch misses. Going to count 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. And they're on the wrong end of a 7-4 score. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Kyle Leahy. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Alec Bohm now at the plate.
number 62.
Misses outside, ball 1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. John King preparing to come on if needed. Maton also throwing. There's a swing and a miss.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
One down, base is empty. And that drops in for a strike. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Now batting, catcher Rafael Marchand.
Now it's going to be Rafael Marchand. Leahy throws over. Just missed. Man at first, one away. Double play ball to second. They get one, and it's a double play to end the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Last half of the eighth coming up. It's the Phillies 7 and the Cardinals 4. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Jose Ruiz. He last pitched 2 days ago.
Number 66, Jose Ruiz.
So now it's Nolan Arenado.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Jordan Romano, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. The 1-0.
Nope, ball two.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
That just misses, and it's 3-0.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
And now, Alec Burleson. Missed inside with the curve. Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1. Just missed. Arenado gets his lead at first with nobody out. Fouls one off. 2-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Back up the middle and a base hit. Marsh quickly gets it back in. Runner stops at second, and the first two reach to start the inning.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at-bat, battling with 2 strikes. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ballgame.
First and second, no outs. Here's the second baseman, Pedro Pajes. Swing and a miss. There's the slider.
No ball.
0-1.
One strike.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at-bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
With the tying run at the plate, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Just missed. In the dirt, blocked. And an excellent job keeping it right there. The tying run at the plate. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And a swing and a miss. And that is a big first out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
So now a pinch hitter, Wilson Contreras.
And this is a big at-bat coming, Boo. Definitely a little added pressure on him here.
On the inside corner for a strike. Just missed. Right through there for a strike. One out. Runners at first and second. Strike 3. Got him swinging. 2 gone.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there, and just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel, make sure you recognize it, try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Jose Ruiz done for the afternoon. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Jordan Romano.
Now pitching for Philadelphia. Number 68, Jordan Romano.
Thomas Sajazi next up for the Cardinals.
A chance for more damage right here. A couple of RBIs for him in his last AB.
And fouled off. Tying run at the plate. Just missed. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Good eye in that spot.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
In the dirt, 3-2 now. got him swinging. So a job well done from the Philly bullpen that time. Through 8 full, it's the Phillies 7 and the Cardinals 4. Michael Ciani into the game as a defensive sub now, and he'll take over in center. Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the second baseman, Bryson Stott. Leahy back to work. That one not close. And that's ball 1. Movement in the bullpen, Ryan Fernandez up and throwing. Next offering is fouled back.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Next offering is in for a strike. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Just missing there. And the count is 2-2. That one just misses.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a stone cold take.
So a man aboard at the plate, Trey Turner. That one fouled off.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Stop on at first, nobody out. Ground ball left side, sneaks through, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
I mean, come on, have a game. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
So Harper stands in.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1.
Just missed.
1-1.
Ripped to right. Walker makes the play. Runner tags at second. And the throw's offline. Safe at third.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
So here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone. Stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
First pitch just misses.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Ground ball right side, could be two. Can't glove it cleanly, and they get it. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. So digging in, Nick Castellanos. Fastball for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the top of the ninth. That one ripped. That's back there. Gone. Straight into the visitors' bullpen. A 2-run shot. Third home run of the season, and they boost their lead. It's 10-4.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Kyle Leahy will depart. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. New pitcher for the Cardinals, John King. This is his 5th appearance of the year. So 2 down, and now for the Phillies, Max Kepler. Swing and a miss. Strike one. King, 30 years old now, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2017. Two outs. In the air, right field. Walker sizes this one up. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now a 10-4 score. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
Singy, where do you stand on the wave?
Well, the wave of star players in MLB or the wave around this ballpark?
The wave around the ballpark.
I think it's a little outdated. I'm more of a Thundersticks guy.
And that's not outdated. Castellanos makes the catch, and there's one gone. Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. He's already homered in this game. You also had the pleasure of going over and hitting and taking batting practice at a big leaguer's house. Who was that?
Yeah, Willie McGee, one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
He lived in your neighborhood.
Yeah, his folks live right down the street from me, and that's where his batting cage was. I used to look out of my backyard down the hill and just dream of one day maybe being able to go over and hit with them. And that dream became a reality when I was drafted by the San Francisco Giants.
That's too low. And it's 1-1. One down, base is empty. That one outside. And it's 2-1.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. And that one upstairs. The Phils up big in this one. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Swing and a miss. Now 3-2.
Now there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Struck him out swinging. And they're down to their last out.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
And it's fouled away. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. That gets down for a hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. And here's the catcher, Brendan Donovan. And first offering is fouled off. Walker, the runner at first with 2 gone. Check swing, tried to hold up. Now an appeal to third, and he went around according to Patrick Johnson. Romano is just 1 strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out, and then had a little time to think about it before he went back out to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Nonetheless, outstanding job to get the save and secure the win for his team.
10-4 is how it ends. Roger Dodger, ground beef control. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.